Let us take a look at the effect.
Hello everyone, I am Odiang. Let's first introduce our LoRa model and its supporting workflow and how to use it locally. My English isn't very good, so this entire video was translated using Dubao AI, and the voiceover was generated via Index Teats too. I apologize in advance for any inaccuracies in the translation. The first step is to upload the background image you need to fuse in this place, and then upload the item image you need to fuse in this place. Please do not upload it in reverse here. After uploading the picture, we need to click Reset here. Otherwise, it will still show the previous picture. Then click Load next to it. As we can see beside it, the result of the previous picture is quite good. I personally think the effect of image blending is really amazing. The luminous body in the middle and the prominent golden lines on both sides are all processed very beautifully. Return to the operation box on our left. Once you click Load, it will run the workflow on the left side first. These workflows on the left don't have too many complex functions. They just simply scale and unify the sizes of our background images and item images. This is to prevent situations where some users upload overly large images, which could make the operations on the right side very difficult. This is a visual image merging node. In the window of this node, we can freely drag our items also. Through the processing of the previous nodes, the background of our items has been removed cleanly. Generally, the background can be removed completely. However, if it is not removed thoroughly, we can deal with it ourselves using Photoshop. Okay, so after adjusting the size and positioning the items to be blended properly, we can click Run. Once we click Run, the workflow will start running. While waiting for it to finish, I'll introduce to you the other parts of the workflow. The two windows here are for inputting prompts. The prompt in the left window is a trigger word. I don't recommend modifying the content here, especially for beginners. Any changes could easily render our LoRa model ineffective. The right window, however, allows you to input custom prompts to control the output to a certain extent. For example, you can emphasize requirements like transparent objects or mirror reflections by typing them here. If you use the right window, remember to disable the bypass option above it. Only when the window is no longer purple will your custom prompts take effect. The window below is for the random seed. If you want to stabilize your output results each time, you can select the freeze random seed option in the middle to lock in a specific seed. This way, as long as your input image and prompts remain unchanged, the output result will stay consistent. For this demo, I'm showing the model's real random performance, so I've chosen to use the unfrozen random mode. Below are the sampling area and model loading area. If you're new to ComfUI, I don't recommend making any changes to these two sections. However, if you're an experienced user, you can adjust the LoRa weight appropriately along with the sampler type and sampling steps. Then there's a high-frequency information preservation node here. It helps retain text or other fine details from your original image. Typically, I also don't suggest turning this off. Anyway, using it won't have any negative impact on the results. Alright, our results are now generated. In the output results area, I've set up a comparison node for everyone. Just slide your mouse to see the before and after effect of the processing. How do you like this integration result? Pretty great, right? I definitely think it is. Its ability to recognize light and shadow is quite strong. It can detect from the original input image that the shadows should be more to the right. So the shadows of the objects in the output result are also positioned on the right. Additionally, the lighting conditions in the object image used for this demo are really poor. It even LED to subpar background removal results, with leftover white outlines. But despite that, the model still performed well. When you all use it for real, the quality of your source materials probably won't be worse than this. So when you try it yourself, your results should be even better than what I've shown here. Okay, that's all for the introduction to our workflow and the demo of our LoRa's performance. Now, what if your computer hardware isn't powerful enough? After all, Kontext does require relatively high hardware specifications. Or maybe you're using a Mac and finding it tricky to deploy locally. How can you use our LoRa in those cases? Well, the first solution I'd recommend for everyone is to use the website RunningHub. On RunningHub, I've already set up the workflow for everyone in advance. All you need to do is enter my ID here, and you'll be able to find the workflow. There are two versions available. I recommend prioritizing the premium version. I'll also put the link to this version in the description. Just click to access it, then tap the top right corner and wait for a short loading period. And that's it. You'll be in the workflow. I've run this workflow before, so when you log in, there will be 2 default images here. They read from my previous test. You can also see the results from my last run on the right. And as you can tell, the performance is still pretty good. The process stays the same. We still upload the background image in the left window and the object image in this window. Note, refers to the designated object upload window shown in the video. Then, just like before, first click reset, then click load. Once you hit load, the workflow will run for about 10 to 15 SEConds to finish background removal and image compositing. At this point, you'll see a failed notification in the top right corner. You can ignore it. At the same time, 4 RH coins will be deducted from your account. Just like the demo earlier, we'll still resize and drag the object in this window to adjust it to our desired size and position. Then, click Run Workflow in the top right corner to start the process. The expected output will be similar to the previous result I showed here, and the whole process is just that quick and easy. For users who find local deployment difficult or don't want to go through the trouble of local deployment, I highly recommend using this website. All it costs is a few dozen RH coins per use. And here, as a bonus, if you sign up via my referral link, you'll get 1,100 RH coins directly right after registration. Plus, you'll receive some free RH coins every day. For light usage, you'll usually never run out of them. Now our output result is ready too, and it's still really good, pretty much on par with the previous one. Also, if you feel the background removal plugin didn't do a clean job, or if you don't want to waste those few RH coins we mentioned earlier, I've also prepared an alternative for everyone, a more lightweight, budget-friendly version workflow. You'll also find the other workflow with the same thumbnail but a shorter name in the workflows I uploaded under my ID. Same as before, click on the thumbnail to enter the page, then click the top right corner to access the workflow. This workflow doesn't have any essential differences from the previous one. It just lacks the background removal and image compositing plugins. So you'll need to pre-cut out your object and composite the images yourself beforehand using software like Photoshop, just like how I did it for the sample image here. Honestly, you don't even need to do a super precise job. You can see my own cutout quality isn't great either. All you need is to combine them into a single image like this one. Once you've uploaded the image, just click Run in the top right corner to start the process. The output result for this image is already shown on the right, and it's truly impressive. If you compare the input image with the result, the improvement is pretty noticeable. The output will be identical every time you run it, so I won't rerun it here. One thing worth noting, if the object you want to blend has hollow parts in the middle like the image I uploaded here, I also recommend using this workflow for image and background blending. That's because the background removal plugin in the original workflow will most likely fail to remove the hollow sections at this position. The usage method is no different, just click Run directly, and you're good to go. On one hand, it helps you save those few RH coins that would otherwise be spent on background removal. On the other hand, it's much more friendly for products with hollow sections. In the middle, let's wait for it to run too. Alright, now we can see the final result. If you compare it to the input, it's still pretty great, right? The light and shadow blending is excellent. And crucially, the hollow middle section was handled really well too. With that, our demo of the RunningHub online workflow will wrap up here for now. Next, let's talk about downloading this model and workflow. To download them, simply search for my model by name on Civitai, Image and Background Fusion, Real Light and Shadow Relighting. That's all you need to do to find and download it. When you download it, please be sure to give it a like. And for this video you're watching right now, please also hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. This means a lot to me. It's the motivation that keeps me continuing to open source and provide my work to everyone for free. As for the workflows, whether it's the premium version or the budget-friendly version, the download method is the same after opening the workflow thumbnail on RunningHub. Go to the top right corner of this interface and just click the download option there to save it directly. Similarly, please be sure to give it a heart too. It would mean a lot. Your likes and support for this video and my model will determine whether I can continue to bring you free open source updates on YouTube and Civitai. Next, let me explain why this model can produce such realistic light and shadow effects. The training data for this model was extremely time-consuming and labor-intensive to create. I used the C4D, a professional software for post-production 3D modeling and rendering along with the Octane renderer, OC renderer for short, to recreate real, world physical lighting as accurately as possible. Then, I rendered each image one by one slowly using my own computer and graphics card. First, I'll render a complete scene image with the product, just like the one shown on the screen. You can see the rendering speed in the bottom left corner is extremely slow, plus my graphics card temperature is really high at this point. After I adjust all the lighting settings and parameters, it takes roughly 10 minutes just to render a single image like this. This complete image then serves as the reference for our final output effect. After that, I'll remove the product from the scene and re-render an image of the scene alone. This image will be used as the background image, and I also need to spend roughly the same amount of time rendering this one too. Next, to step 3. I'll turn off all elements except the main product, including all lighting effects, leaving only the main product itself. At this point, the lighting conditions for the product might not be great, or the color contrast between the product and the background might not be sharp enough, which makes background removal harder. So I usually need to create a new background for it, add new lighting that makes the product clearer, and then render it again. Only then can I get a standalone product image. At this point, I have 3 images: the complete scene image, the background image without the product, and the standalone product image. But we're not done yet. I still need to remove the background of the product image in Photoshop, then place it onto the background image. Only then do I get a material image ready for blending that can be added to the training set. This image is then paired with the complete scene image, which serves as the reference for the output image. And I add trigger words to create a complete set of training material images. Creating just one set of these materials takes me at least 30 minutes, usually even longer. That's because many projects run into issues like missing material balls, lighting, or camera settings that need readjusting, and more. Just preparing all the training materials for this model alone took me over 200 hours. More than half a month of my free time was completely spent on this. So, considering how much effort I put into creating this, plus the fact that I'm sharing these invaluable training results with everyone for free as open source content, please give me your precious support by following my channel and hitting the like button. Let me put it this way: I poured so much blood, sweat, and tears into creating this, and I'm even sharing it with everyone for free as open source content. But if you just quietly take it and use it for yourself, without even giving me a free like or follow doesn't that make your conscience hurt. All I ask for is your like and follow, and that would already make me really happy. Honestly, this means more to me than serious talk. This is the revenue I made from model training last month. I'm genuinely struggling to make ends meet at home, which is why I'm sincerely asking for your likes and follows. It's also because of these financial difficulties that I turned to YouTube, hoping to find a glimmer of opportunity. So your likes and follows don't just mean support. They directly impact my living situation. Thank you again for your likes and follows. If everything goes well, I'll see you in the next update.